Hello and welcome. Conservative View from New Hampshire is a daily podcast where we shine a light on the happenings of the day. Conservative View from New Hampshire is a proud partner of and contributor to the Liberty Loft. My name is Ray Cardello, and I'm your host for today's podcast. So it's been a while since we've been on the air. I'm 3 weeks into recovery from knee replacement surgery, but we're back at it. So let's get started with today's commentary for July 11th, 2022. This is episode 45 of season 11. How do you ask a pariah for help? Joe Biden took off this morning on Air Force One for a week-long trip to Saudi Arabia. Two things were evident as he climbed the steps of Air Force One. Hunter Biden was not along for the ride, so Joe would have to squeeze money from the Saudis himself. And Joe was going to a country to meet with its leaders who he had previously called pariahs. I'm sure he will receive a warm welcome when his plane touches down at King Fahd International Airport. Joe claims he will meet with the Saudis to discuss international relations and stability in the Middle East. We all know he is going there to beg the Saudis to increase their drilling capacity, lower the OPEC price of crude, and export more to the United States. He is not being honest and transparent about his intentions and goals, but isn't that the MO for this White House? This trip is part of the overall strategy of the Biden team. First, you shut down the flow of crude from our good friends in North Canada by killing the Keystone Pipeline. Thousands of people were put out of work and towns were destroyed by this decision. Next, inform the fossil fuel industry that you want to drive them out of business. Destroy any incentives to pursue permits to drill on existing leased land, vilify the 60,000 independent gas station owners in the United States by accusing them of price gouging. Joe Biden has done all he can to eliminate the fossil fuel industry in our country, and now he goes overseas to beg for their crude oil. Good luck, Joe. Biden kills an industry at home and thousands of good-paying jobs while he encourages a pipeline from Russia to Europe, buys crude from Russia, travels to Saudi Arabia to bend the knee and beg for help, and finally goes to the corrupt country of Venezuela to have them divert crude to America. Biden is a hypocritical farce. Our energy industry is dangerous to the environment, but is acceptable for Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela to drill. Does it make any sense? Absolutely not. We were energy exporter under President Trump just 2 years ago. We were supplying liquid natural gas to Europe, and now we are taking the futile step of drawing down our strategic energy reserves. It is pointless for two reasons. Biden knew it would not impact costs at the pump, and some of that reserve was directed to China. Let that sink in. The fuel that is set aside for times of war or natural disaster is being shipped to China. How and when will they be replacing that supply? Never. But when you have Joe Biden in your back pocket, you can get away with backdoor deals like this. It is disgusting and should be considered a criminal act by this president. So Biden, with his tail between his legs, heads off to Saudi Arabia, the country and regime that he called a pariah and could not deal with. Now that Biden is desperate to do anything to reverse his floundering approval ratings, he is willing to get into bed with the devil. And the more we know about Joe, Hunter, and their shakedown of foreign governments, he may be right where he belongs. Thank you for joining me today. You have been listening to Conservative View from New Hampshire, a proud partner of the Liberty Loft. We hope you have enjoyed today's podcast and will share it with a friend. Until tomorrow, make the best of yourself and your day.